Welcome friends, welcome to Kits Up Cards, where I keep it simple, where I was stamping it up, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up consultant, and I'm coming to you for Scrappy Summer. I'm loving this name, and I'm going to bring you 3 card layouts, 3 different ones, continuing with the squares. So I'm using up my scraps. Actually, on the one card, I had scraps that were just 1 inch already, so I just had to cut the 1 inch square off of it. So sometimes it works out really well like that. And there was very little I had to throw out. So those scraps, I tell you, they're just as valuable to create your cards, and I'm going to show you 3 different layouts now using the 1 inch square and maybe a little bigger square. So come to my craft table and let's get crafting. Down here at my craft table, I have the Countryside Inn, and I have a lot, you can see I have a lot of scraps. And what was cool was a lot of them were in 1 inch strips already, so I just had to cut them off. I didn't bother cutting the 1 inch, showing you the 1 inch strip cutting. You can go back to last Thursday's video on Scrappy Summer, all squared up. I think it's squared up. And you can see the cutting, how I did it from 1 inch squares. So today I'm going to show you some variations of layouts using the 1 inch square. So I'm going to make a card today, and I'm going to put a banner. Now I could put this banner anywhere. I could put it up here, I could have put it here and move this down. I think no, I think I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do it like this. And this time, I'm going to show you how to mat it. So usually I did it on this size card, and we would have more space in between. You can see that, right? We would have more space in between the squares. But this time, I'm going to use this as my mat. And this one is 3 3/4 by 4 3/4, and you can see that the spacing is going to be a little smaller. So I've got this set up here. So I think I want to put this white piece down first, but I want to emboss on it. So let's just do a quick embossing technique, which I've already showed you embossing technique on a Thursday technique night, but we'll just do a quick rehash right now. Right, I'm going to use Versamark. This is like a special stamp set for embossing, and I've got, my stamp is not sticking. You know what that means, right? It's time to clean that. And I've got my embossing buddy, and this I made my own. I filled it up with arrowroot powder. You can use cornstarch. You can see that my nice sewing. I made my own because I had all the other supplies, but I didn't have that. This is from my scrapbooking days. I hope this stays on. Okay, so then I'm going to stamp it into this special Versamark. It's a special ink, and it stays wet longer, and the embossing powder will adhere to it. And I think I'm going to put it on an angle. I always, if you can't do straight very well, do angles. Then you don't have to worry about it. Now you can't see it on there, but it's there. And now I'm going to use gold. This is a special card for someone. Oh, I could see it there. See that? Yeah, there was some spots where the powder didn't really stick very well. So I just added more. And this really helps to get it off. So it looks really good. I'm going to put that back in later. Cover this up so I don't spill it. And then get my heat tool out. Because this, if I don't heat it up, it's just going to wipe right off. So just bear with me. It's going to liquefy and it's going to get shiny. And I think I was too close because some of it blew off. Oh yeah, I forgot to get my tweezers out of the bathroom. I think I'm going to have to do this again. Let's see how it turns out. It's yours coming. The birthday, not so much. Come on. There, it's coming. The heat liquefies the powder. It doesn't move. It stays in one spot. It's getting really hot. There we go. I don't like this part down here. It didn't quite get. So it makes it raised. I'm going to do this off camera again and get that done properly. So just so you don't have to watch me do the whole process. So we have it done. All right, I'm just going to take this little piece. I think I've got some grit on my paper. And let me just reposition these. So I want to kind of get it. Oh, there's one little dot there. I didn't get off. See, once it's on there, it's on there. It's going to liquefy wherever it is. All right. So get this on here. That looks really pretty. And this is going to go like right here. Now, I have some nice blue ribbon. I think maybe I'll do a double bow and then I'll put some dots. I think that's what I do. You kind of want to get that figured out before you set anything down. So I'm going to set this one down first. I'm doing it on my little mat because the adhesive does not stick to that. And then I'll use this to line up all the squares. All right, so that's nicely raised. Put my 1-inch square down. I'm not adhering it. I just adhered this one. I'm not adhering this yet because I really want to make sure I get everything down first before see, I need to move that in a bit. So therefore this needs to move in a bit. Okay, so I can secure that down and that. This one. There we go. I think what I'll do is I'll do this row first. I better make sure those little flowers are standing up correct. I'll line that up. I'm just eyeballing things. If you're really wanting to make sure it's really precise, you could measure everything out. I'm just an eyeballer. And then afterwards, everything is a cover-up. Now, I did really secure this down, but I have it up too high, so I'm just going to slip it off and bring it down. And now I got it leaning inwards. There we go. All right. Whoops. Okay. That'll just flip off. That that worked out. All right, then I'll put the squares this way, and I'll just eyeball. And I always work with the outside edges first, and then go to the center. That's looking pretty good. I have a cute little aunt whose birthday was yesterday, and we're having a party tonight. So I'm making her a birthday card. Now, we're gonna put this on white, and then we're gonna put this on blue, and look at how that just pops up. We've got two different blues going on here, and it's really drawing out the blues in the card. So let's get this secure. And then let's secure this. Make sure my card is opening up the right way and not backwards. Yep, that was backwards. Listen, I've done that before. Wouldn't have been a first time. So there we go. Doesn't that look gorgeous? Now we're going to add some ribbon. And this is a narrow ribbon, and on my last video, I showed that I double bowed it. So let me do that again because that looked so pretty. And my snips. There we go. And I think I'll put it like this. Oh, that looks adorable. Adorable. This I could have popped up on dimensionals as well. I could have done. I think someone borrowed it, because I'm left with a strip that has a glue dot on it, so that works. That works out. So pop it on like that. There we go. I wonder if I have any more on here. Just run my finger along it. Nope, that one's empty. And then I did gold dots. Let me see what I can find for. Oh, this will look pretty. Gold hearts. Oh, that looks gorgeous. Look at that. And I love that it's on the angle. So pretty. Look what I did. It's upside down. Okay. Not to panic. Not to panic, folks. Don't panic. So because I did not use glue, and I did use, even if I used glue, I could still take this tool and just shimmy underneath. But I can just use this to shimmy underneath. It's not all is lost. See how good this take your pick tool is to have on hand? See, this is a side card. That's what threw me off. All right, so we just turn it around. And it's going to stand like this. It's going to open up like this. So not all was lost. So there's card number 1. With squares, I'm going to show you 2 other ideas with squares. All right, on card number 2, I'm ready. And what I've done is, these are actually 1.5-inch squares. They're not 1 inch. Let me get my template out, because I cut 1-inch squares. And so this, I'm just going to lay it like this. I'm going to have at least this much showing. Now what I did do is I cut 2 different sizes of, the background is just designer series paper. Sometimes we use cardstock, but this designer series paper matched really beautifully with the tulip paper that I'm using. And I'm just I'm just laying some down, and I'm going to do my sentiment right on the card. So again, you could have another square here to do the sentiment, but I did measure, like, so this one is 1/4 of an inch. It leaves 1/4 of an inch all the way around. It's a little bit upside down, but it leaves 1/4 of an inch. But then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to try the 1/8 of an inch. And I love that much better. It just gives a hint of red in the background. So I have enough to do a few other cards. And then I knew what stamp set I wanted to use. It's from the Sweet Ice Cream set. And I love this font, Happy Birthday. But this doesn't fit here. So I'm going to do stamp surgery. And I'm going to show you that. So there's just enough space between here to do my surgery so that I can have it going like this instead of like this. Quite often I'd be like, oh geez, I just want it up, you know, top and bottom, and I have not done the surgery on that card yet. But today's the day. Today is the day. So I'm just going to lay this here on my, and bring this up a bit, lay it on my grid paper. There's happy birthday. There's the birthday. And then the happy. And then pick it up with my block. And I'm going to, the heck? I was like, this is backwards. So I had to put it on backwards. So let me line it up with here. I'm like, this isn't reading very well. All right, so lay the writing part down so I can see it. And then the birthday, I just want it to be like that. Pick it up with my block, and now I'll be able to stamp. So I think, all right, so what I'm going to do is get this one, I'm going to emboss as well. This one is for my mother. The other special lady was for my aunt, and they're twin sisters. Just really, it's been always cool all these years to have a twin mom, and an aunt. Speak the same, look the same, dress the same. Yet they have different colors. One likes blue and one likes red. So I'm doing it in the colors that they like. So there I've got the birthday stamp there. And now I'll just take this off. Cover up my Versamark. I can't even see where it is. Oh, I do now. You know what I forgot to do? Was my embossing buddy. I am so bad at that. This really helps to get a lot of that off. But if I see that there's like a spot here and a spot here, because that will liquefy. There we go. That's out of there. Good. All right, I'll do my embossing. There we go. Cover that up. All right, let's get these back on. So this is just showing you that you can, you know what, I'm going to do a little trick. If your card curls because of the heat, heat it on the other side. There we go. That flattens it down nicely and it's not curled up. All right, so you could do 1-inch squares on here, 1.5. So I'm just showing you that you can do different size squares. Now I've got this all mixed up now. And I've got little white things. And I'm just going to set this around. I think this just makes, you could just do 3 like that. So you can really design it whatever way you want. Like if you're really creative, I'm just going to surround, I'm going to leave this, or I could move this over a bit too. I could move this over a bit and move this over a bit. I don't know. I kind of like it a little bit more over here. I do like the 3, just the 3. That is really pretty, but I'm going to dress it up. Actually, we could do it way over here and have like a center, but I think I'm going to do it like this. And 1.5 and a small one. Is this a small one? Nope, that's a big one. This looks like a small one, yeah. Okay. So it's got tulips in it, which is really nice. So there we go. I'm going to do that. So really with the squares you could do, I'm going to show you another card, the third card with, oh my gosh, with squares as well. So let me get the tulips and all this adhered. Let's look for a ribbon that will go with this. Oh, that goes with it really beautifully. All right, I've glued my bow down and now I'm going to get those little gold hearts out that I had on the other card and put that on here. Oh, that looks beautiful. And then I'll dress up the inside of the card. I'll do that off camera and then show you at the end. All right, card number 2. And this was card number 3. So you can see the difference between 1-inch square and 1.5-inch squares. And just the different layouts. This one we did it on a banner. This one we did it directly on the card, the stamping. Both look beautiful. All right, card number 3 idea. All right, I'm ready for the third card. So this is the color combos that I'm doing. And I'm going to do the teal on with a narrow 1/8 of an inch frame and then put it on the melon mambo. And that really picks the pink and the teals out of the paper that we have. And so this third card is for another special lady. I have an aunt that has the same birthday as the twins. She was 3 years old when they were born, and I love to hear the story that she tells. Every birthday, every year, she says, "Oh, I was so happy. I had 2 live baby dolls born on my birthday. It was the best birthday ever." So this will be her card. And so that was yesterday, July the 4th. All right, I'm going to, so this is squares, 1-inch squares again. I'm just going to take them off of here. And I'm just putting them in a row. I keep getting these little stray edges. I wanted more of the, and so just right from the top, you could again frame it. You could put it on a piece like this and frame it. I'm just doing it directly on the card. And I'm just butting them up like this. Get the grass growing the right way. And then I'm just doing one line. Now, you can see it doesn't quite come to the edge. Well, we can fix that. We'll just trim the, there we go. Might need a new blade is what I might need. So that is going to get glued on there. But before I do that, I want to stamp Happy Birthday. Again, this is going to be the Versamark. And I'm going to use this Happy Birthday. And I'm going to stamp it right here. You can see it on the dark color really well. And I'm going to do gold as well. Oh, and I forgot to do my embossing buddy. I'm bad for that. Well, it looks pretty good. All right, I'll heat emboss that and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So let's glue this down. I'll cover this up. I'm getting a little bit messy here. I've got remnants of all 3 cards on here. I'm going to pop this baby down here. Whoops. Just slide it around. There we go. Okay. Oh, it's just a frizz. That's good. Woohoo! That was close. The matting looks so good on that. All right. Now, let's cover some of this up so I don't spill it everywhere. Let's look for a ribbon that will go with this. I have an ivory ribbon that I think will be really pretty. And I'm glad I used that. Picks it up really nicely. Did you see I tied my ribbon differently both times? This one I just tied it. And then the last time I did it, I did 2 loops. And then pushed the loop through. I feel all thumbs on that one. I think I like the 2 bows, like doing the 2 loops and doing that. Figure out how I want like that. And then I think I know, oh yes, I have the hearts to do on there. So probably just right here, like that. Get some glue dots. Just put them in here. Some little clear glue dots. Well, it's on my fingernail. And then get some of those hearts out that I had. Oops. Push that down. That looks beautiful. Another beautiful card, card number 3. All right, I'm gonna get the insides and the envelopes done, and then I'll be right back with you. So there you have it, folks, 3 different cards. So this was the first card I made. I've got the envelope decorated. I just do it all right away. I've got the inside decorated. This one flips up. I've got it decorated. I'm just going to do a handwritten note. But this one, it's a variation of the one I did on my last video, where it was just all squares and a sentiment on top of it. The sentiment is part of the layout. So I just made it so that it's like a banner, and then did the squares on the top and the bottom. I did that in blues. That one I have a lot of scrap ups, so you might see that one a little bit more coming up. Then the second one I made was a variation. Now these are bigger squares. These are 1.5 inch. And then I did a border around. So you can do that on all your squares as well, as do borders. This one I did directly right on the card, as opposed to this one where I matted it. So I put it on the blue, then I matted it onto the white, and then I put it onto a blue card base. It just adds a nice touch as well. So this one's directly on the card, and I've also decorated the inside and the envelope to match. And card number 3 I did in this, and so I matted it as well, did a darker color on the front, ivory, and then the pink to bring out the colors in the paper. And I just did a strip of 1 inch squares, and then I've decorated the inside of the card, and I've done the envelope to match. So as I shared during my crafting time at my crafting table, these 3 cards are for 3 very special women. My mom, her twin sister, and her older sister. She has a lot more siblings than that, but they all 3 celebrate the same birth date. Day, not date, day, July the 4th. One of my aunt, Betty, is older than the twins, 3 years older. So I love hearing family stories, and they bring such joy to us to hear. And so we have a family reunion coming up next week, it's going to be this week, but by the time this airs, I videotaped earlier, so it'll be this week. And so I'm looking forward to hanging out with the aunties and the cousins, and just hearing some more stories, seeing how we've grown, seeing where we are in life. And my gosh, and we've been doing this since 1995. We do it every 5 years. So the East, where I am, is hosting the family from the West. And so, and then we flip-flop back and forth. So it's been a joy. Some of my nieces and nephews were just wee little ones when we started, and now they have families of their own with wee little ones. So family time is really special. And so I have 3 special cards for 3 special ladies. So that's Scrappy Summer number 2. And so I'm looking forward to bringing some more Scrappy Summer. I have so many ideas. It is incredible. So I hope you look forward to it. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for spending your summer, your time out in your summer, to spend with me, to learn about card making, to share those cards, and send out kindness 1 card at a time.